All the footage that I'm showing is owned by Hasbro Studios. My Little Pony Equestria Girls series is owned by Hasbro Studios. Please do not remove this. I own nothing. In my last video, I said that I'm gonna make a video about the human Twilight and the pony Twilight, even though the pony Twilight is a Princess Twilight, about how the plot will evolve for the next movie. Well, the reason is because I like both of these versions of Twilight, but my favorite is the Friendship Games one. I'll explain in many reasons, but let's get this started. Now, I don't have a problem with the Princess Twilight in the first two movies. In fact, I found her really interesting to see how she can cooperate with the human world, unlike the pony world. Now, just so you know, I did watch the TV show almost after I was done watching this movie. I didn't see all the episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but I did see some of them in some seasons. Now, in this movie, she needs to get all of her friends back together, because unlike the pony world when she got friends immediately, she has to go get them and get them back together. In this Twilight, I do like because she is intelligent and she's actually more brave. The problem with that is that in this movie everyone's problem is that the story is really cliched. But then again, I see a lot of teen movies that done this format a lot. Twilight can be smart, and even if if something went wrong, she'll try to fix it with her friends. All throughout the movie, she just really worries about her friends a lot in this world because they're not together that much. I was really hoping that in the fourth movie she'll probably meet all of her friends, since she wasn't in the third movie at all. And when she actually feels about her characters in this moment that I'm showing, looks pretty good. Even at the ending, when Sunset Shimmer stole her crown at the beginning, she was really feeling bad for it, and even Twilight managed to help her to understand the means of friendship. I'm getting to the third movie right now. I'll go to the second movie later because Twilight returned to that movie, but I'll get back to that later. So, let's get to the third movie to see this human's version of Twilight. Now, this version of Twilight in the human world, I found more interesting because unlike the human Twilight, she doesn't live in Canterlot. She's into a different place called Crystal Prep. And like Spike, there's also a Spike version in this world. The reason why I like her is that she's kind of tempted and wallflowered. The other Twilight is brave and serious, but this Twilight looks innocent and more shy, just like Fluttershy. You see, when she appeals to Canterlot, she didn't know what was going on in the last two movies. You see, when she arrives to Canterlot, people mistake her as the real Twilight, but in reality, in this world, she really isn't. She's actually a different Twilight, and she was confused why people think that she's the real Twilight, even though she doesn't understand even though they don't understand her outfit. The thing that I do like is that this version of Twilight wants to learn about magic. You see, in the show, in the first two movies, Twilight knows all about magic because she studies a lot. I mean, this Twilight does study, but not all about magic. You see, before the friendship games, she tries to stay out of trouble because she doesn't know how to participate in the friendship games since she spends most of her time alone. And when she meets characters like Fluttershy and others, they are trying to teach her about friendship and stuff. But whenever one of her friends gets pulling up, she uses her invention captures their magic, which is one of the major highlights in this movie because she does all this stuff alone and all she wants to learn about is magic in this school. Even though what she's doing is completely wrong, but it was a misunderstanding. In the scene where Sunset Shimmer takes out his anger towards Twilight, she was justified because she didn't want magic to be shown in front of the Crystal Prep students. That's really why she was so furious to Twilight, because she was doing something that she shouldn't be doing. Although I can understand why Sunset Shimmer can be furious with her because of what she's doing is wrong, but the reason why she did the same mistake that Twilight did in the first movie, where she doesn't understand magic friendship like Twilight in this movie, and when the scene when she finally realized what she was doing was wrong was completely something that she have never done because all of his anger was just justified. The ending of Friendship Games when Twilight feels the exact same way that Sunset Shimmer felt in the first movie. Sunset Shimmer actually forgives Twilight for what she was doing because she actually understands why Twilight is going through this and she knows how it feels to be alone. Now in Rainbow Rocks, the reason why Twilight was in that movie is because she had a book message from Sunset Shimmer that she writes down because those books connect to both worlds, while everything else doesn't. Now, during the points of this movie, she tries to get one of her friends to team up to face those three girls who are the villains in the Battle of the Bands theme. This is pretty much what the majority of this movie is about. And when Sunset Shimmer tries to help, it just gets even worse. So, and they're gonna complete, and she's really making the main five broke apart. But what I should really talk about is the ending where we see this human Twilight at the ending. Now, I really found that a really good ending to this movie in the after credits or something. And when we see her, I was expecting that I should see the human Twilight and the pony Twilight have scenes together in the third movie, but apparently that didn't happen until the very end of the movie. Now, the reason why this didn't happen is that Sunset Shimmer says that Twilight has her own problems in Equestria, and they can't expect her to be here, to let her be here all the time. Well, I agree with her, but at the same time, no. You see, in the beginning, in midway through the movie, there was a problem when she got her magic away from Twilight's invention. You see, during the part when her invention's gone haywire again, and when Sunset Shimmer tries to go to Equestria for Twilight, this happens. Twilight got her magic from Sunset Shimmer, and the portal, not only that, the portal doesn't work. Maybe this is why Twilight says that she didn't get her messages right now, since both of the books can't connect with each other without the portal.
I'm so sorry I didn't get here sooner. I didn't get your messages until just now because I was caught in this time travel loop, and honestly, it was the strangest thing that's ever happened to me.
You see, it wasn't because she has other problems in Equestria. She wasn't able to get into the portal. She probably has the same problem that Sunset Shimmer did in Friendship Games. There was also a deleted scene in Friendship Games where Sunset Shimmer talks about the Friendship Games to Twilight. Now, I can understand that people are gonna say, well, Twilight has more problems in Equestria than this world, but I really found that kind of true, but not 100%. You see, the reason why I don't completely agree with everyone is because even though I haven't seen the show that much, and I do understand that people won't agree me since I don't see a lot of episodes in the show, but the reason why I know this is because it's probably gonna happen once in a while. She didn't appear in the third movie except the very end, but that's probably gonna happen once in a while. Considering the fact that Equestria Girls is a spin-off with 3 movies and multiple shorts, I can really think that this is probably gonna happen once in a while. I bet that in the 4th movie she will appear, but not in the next movie. I pretty much know they're gonna make a lot of Equestria Girls movies after the 4th movie since how popular it became. Now, I don't have a problem if Twilight doesn't appear in a Equestria Girls movie like the third one. The reason is because what Sunset said is true, but not completely. I will admit that in the Equestria Girls movies, they're only focusing on the human ponies instead of the ponies from the real world, as in the pony world. But I really wish that they would at least have more of a reason why Twilight can actually be with these friends unlike her pony friends. Sure, she has a strong relationship like the real ones in the pony world, but I really wish that she was able to be in the 3rd movie to help Sunset Shimmer in the friendship games. Sure, Sunset Shimmer can do it without her, but Sunset Shimmer will probably never be in the pony world until the last Equestria Girls movie. So anyway, this is what I think about what the 4th movie is gonna be about. Legend of Everfree is gonna have the human Twilight and the pony Twilight have scenes together and interact. Now, some people may say, well, you might be right. Twilight can't be in this world a lot, and some of my points can be invalid, and having 2 people with the same 2 clones in one world doesn't work, and they found it weird and out of place, but hey. Spike talked in front of people in the 1st movie, and they even show this in the trailer, and not only that, we see not 1 but 2 girls, the human Twilight and Sunset Shimmer taking over Equestria, and 3 girls from the 2nd movie about to take over the world by singing. And this happened a lot in Equestria, and this is a cartoon. So I really understand why this is gonna happen in the next movie. I just really hope it does. The only thing I don't know what's gonna happen is how it's gonna play out. Now you'll probably say, well, that happens a lot when people see clones, but the difference is some of them can still be bad or okay. Well, I see some good, but I didn't see a lot of them lately. The reason why I call that different is because this is played by girls, not boys. When I see boys see clones of each other, it's considered predictable. But seeing girls like Twilight and the human Twilight is really something unknown, and I really don't know how it's gonna play in the 3rd movie. But I just hope it works out pretty good. And I know in the next movie, they're gonna have a new character named Daisy. But my prediction is that she might be a villain. That's pretty much my prediction, that she might be a villain. But anyway, My Little Pony Equestria Girls, A Legend of Everfree, will feature the human Twilight and the Princess Twilight interact with each other. And I hope they have moments together because this is something that I really enjoy. It's really interesting to see girls instead of boys. And just so you know, I am a brony, but not completely. I have other hobbies. But anyway, I hope in the next movie they're gonna put more development on Twilight and human Twilight.